that are now a couple people, like I would say probably more than
Hey,
75% of our
welcome,
team
welcome,
have been
welcome.
with
This is
us at
Ramon
least a
Ray. We'll be
year.
going
And that says a
live
lot,
in a few minutes.
right?
We're
That says a
live
lot
right
that
now, and I'll be
we
talking
do have
about
a
a
good
number of
environment, that we
things,
do
such
have a good
as
team,
is your
but we're
lack of
fast
expertise
paced. Like,
holding
what
you
do
back
you always
and
say,
more.
Deb?
Thanks
Like
for
our
following me.
operating
I'm
pace,
Ramon Ray, and I
right?
can't
We always
wait
say
Operating pace.
to have
Yeah.
you
we have
join
a
me
very
today. You
unique
can listen
operating
on
pace,
LinkedIn,
but it's
Facebook,
also
on Twitter.
why we're
You can hear the
successful, right? We will
platform. You can hear
operate
me
at
on
a very
Clubhouse.
different
That's going on
level
right
than
now. The
most
voice is
people
there. If you're
do,
seeing
right?
that Instagram,
So
we'll
we
be
only have 3
starting
minutes
here
left. So
in a few
let's
minutes. Hey,
go
Jeff
through. So
Entrepreneur,
you
good
want
to
to make
see you.
sure,
We'll be
like, if
going
there's rumors
live
or
starting in a
gossip,
few minutes. So
things
sit
like
back,
that, that's
relax,
really important.
get a
I've
cup of
also
coffee
found
or
like it's
tea,
important
and I'll be
employees are
starting in about
close, but you
4
also have to pay
minutes. So
attention to that
thanks for being
too,
here
right? Because
today.
that's a sign too that there's could be something
Those of
going
you
on.
listening to me on
If
LinkedIn,
they don't
Facebook, and
follow the
Twitter side,
rules,
this is the
that's
Clubhouse
another
side
one, right?
that
So
you're hearing
those are
right
some of the
now.
things
Alexa
that
and
we've had. And then the
Tanya
next
and
thing you have to assess
others.
the situation. We just
So
talked
we've
about that.
been
You have to
hearing
gather the
them.
information. You have to talk to people in
And
the community. You have to talk to
then
people
on
on
the
your
Instagram
team.
side,
You
we'll
have
be
to
starting
review
shortly. Hey,
everything. You have to
Tim
make sure you're taking notes,
and
because
others. So
sometimes you
about 4
forget,
more minutes,
especially
I'll
if
be
you're
going
running
live,
a
talking
very
about a number of
fast-paced
amazing things
company
today. Besides, I'm
or
busy and I'm
organization or
excited
community.
for it,
You're going to
and
forget.
I think you're going
Like,
to enjoy it too.
you're going
So
to
I gotta
find
adjust
something,
my
and then 2 weeks later you're
schedule.
going to forget that even happened. Then something else
Okay.
happens, and then it's like it's the first
All
offense,
right.
right? So keeping really detailed notes. And I think out of this, you guys
I hope
heard,
you're
we
all
just
okay.
identified
Today
we
is
need
the
to keep
first of
central
March.
notes between the
Wow, March is
partners,
here
right?
already.
That's really
Can you
important,
believe it?
because sometimes you also
Let me
don't
turn
know
down the
everything that
Clubhouse
happens.
side.
Sometimes something will
March
just
is
happen to
already
Debbie
here. It's
and not to
amazing.
me,
So, hey,
or
Tim,
vice
I'm doing
versa.
great.
So
Just
having that
landed from
collective
Orlando
growth is really important.
yesterday. Got in
And
late
and
yesterday evening
evaluate the impact
and
of
get
your
ready to go live
organization,
here and
right?
share
Is it worth it to
our
keep somebody,
segment that I'll be
or is
doing
it
with you
impacting
all.
the organization too
Hey,
much?
yes.
And
Hey,
then
Annie,
you
let
have
me
to
turn the
remove
volume down.
the bad.
What you're hearing, Annie, on that side is the Clubhouse side, Andy. But I guess it was a bit distracting, right? So I turned them down, Andy. But on the LinkedIn side, let's listen to the Clubhouse going on for a few minutes.
What Tanya says, and I don't disagree, is removing anybody from a company or firing anybody. Like writing about me on his
How did that
Facebook, and
sound,
I'm like,
Annie? A
dude,
little better?
you literally told me this was the best job you've ever had
All
like
right,
2 weeks
excited to get
ago,
ready to start.
and then we let you go, and now it was the worst job, you know? So
But it's nice to go a bit early so that the algorithms can ping you all and let you know that Ramon Ray is getting ready to start soon. Hope your morning's been well. And the 1st of March is already here. Wow.
as 400 million, this is literally what we do. We start and scale businesses to 6, 7, 8, 9 figures. If you're looking for help, if you're trying to build your
All
business,
right.
that's what we do. So
On the
click the
Instagram
link
side, I'm a
above.
bit
We have a
quiet
very, very affordable group coaching.
because Clubhouse is still going on a bit. So thank you for joining me. And on the LinkedIn, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook side, I'll be starting my segment soon. Thanks for your patience, but I'm glad you're well. And Ani, tell me about yourself. Put that in the chat, Ani.
Slack and in group coaching. And we would love to coach you if you're looking to scale. So
All right.
that is what I have. I don't know. Am I passing it to you, Ramon?
Yes, indeed. How are you, Alexa? What's going on in your world?
Good morning.
Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
Sure can.
Okay, good,
Sure
good.
can.
I bought another mic, another wire, because my other wire had a short in it. But I'm doing well, Alexa. What else is going on? I mean, you and the team just shared for 30 minutes, but tell us something else. Tell us something personal. Let's get a bit nosy. Tell us something
All
else.
right. Something personal. I just moved to Florida, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. And
All
I
right.
think, one of the things I always say to people is you get to choose if you're happy or not. And there's situations and people and places that allow you to be able to make yourself happy. And so and there's stuff going on, you have the opportunity to change that. And that's what we did. So we picked up, we moved. I feel like a brand new person. I feel like I'm a better leader. I feel like I'm a better mom. I feel like I'm a better wife. I just overall am happier because I wasn't happy where I was living for multiple different reasons. So that's
I
my
love that.
something personal for you.
Thank you. And I just landed here from Orlando. So, Alexa, thank you for sharing. That would be actually Alexa and Tanya and Debbie. Thank the three of you for all that you share, building those gazillion dollar companies. And I hope you all click on the faces of Alexa, of Tanya, of
I
Debbie.
think $1 zillion will be a thing eventually.
Absolutely.
He said, wait a minute. He said gazillion.
Yeah.
That's a whole different level.
Gazillion.
Oh, wow. For this year, gazillion.
I just upgraded you all. Thanks for being here, you all. Again, amazing, amazing segment.
Thanks,
You're
Ramon.
welcome. Welcome to March 1st. Clubhouse Breakfast with Champions. Ramon's live streaming on Instagram, on Twitter, on the Facebook, on the LinkedIn, and across a few other platforms. Good morning to Bryant and Ani, who are here on the LinkedIn side. At least I see your comments. Good morning to my crew here on the IG, the Spiritual, and Nikki and Reg and Jeff the Entrepreneur and Hugh and others. And definitely my peeps on the Clubhouse side. Dr. Tangi, good to see you here. Michelle and Debbie and Christina and Michael and stars. Tina, of course, provided great segments today. Good to see you, Renee, the power behind Tina. Kimberly, it's good to see you. Sandra, Tracy, good to see you. Tracy, Christy, and Vinny's here. So many others are here. It's amazing. Kanisha, good to see you all this morning. So I've had a great day so far. Let me actually, that's a lie. Let me reset that. I feel great now because I'm live and I'm sharing with you all. But I didn't start today's program feeling, yay, yippee coyote. Didn't feel that way. I felt a bit kind of blah. But I was reminded that, Michael Jordan, and he's just a famous one we know, had to perform with fevers, had to perform while sick, because that's what he was called to do. So I don't feel sick or have a fever, just inside. I had a period of time for the last few hours, just wasn't feeling so great. I wanted to exceed some things I was working on, and I didn't. But the show must go on. Let me pause on that a minute. How many have felt that way before? Just put that in the chat, like a Y for yeah, I hear you, Ramon. Or on the LinkedIn side, put there on the IG side, or on mic and just say, yeah, Ramon, I know how you feel. Just curious, who's felt like you had to do the show, had to do something, but inside you really wish you can crawl into a ball. I guess I'm alone. Okay. Oh, two people.
Yeah,
Yes,
Ramon, I
yes.
definitely hear you and
Yeah,
feel you
Ramon,
on
we
that
hear
one.
you.
Love it. Thank you all. I feel better already. I feel the hugs on the IG side, and I see it here in the chat on Clubhouse. Lovely. So we will move forward and move on. But I have a great show for you all today. A great show. I'll be here for the next 57 minutes with you all on Wednesday morning, the 1st of March, and we'll dive into some amazing things. Beth Silver's here. Yes, it's the Dialectic Life. I love that, Beth. That is a big word, which I'm not familiar with. I'm going to have to Google that. And Gwendolyn's here. Brian's here on the IGs, on the LinkedIn side, and Ani. Good to see you all. So welcome aboard. And we have a good show in store for you on the IG side. Love my IG peeps as well. Let's dive into today. I have a few topics I want to talk about. And then as always, we're going to get into the Clubhouse side and let you all, the privilege I get to engage with you all. But a few things we're going to talk about today. And one, the leading topic of this, it was going to be about blogging. But I changed that because what I wanted to talk really about today is your lack of excellence keeping you from being a success? So before we jump into that, a few other things I wanted to touch on. One is the aspect of passive income and what a lie that is for some people. Some people think they have passive income and are trying to get passive income, but there was an interesting article in the New York Times which outlined this aspect of passive income. And the article in the New York Times was talking about that many people say they want passive income or think they have passive income, but it's not. And one thing they said, and this may be a shocker, and maybe the New York Times, the author here was wrong, but maybe they're right, is that you building a course and working your butt off to sell that course and making money from that, that's not passive income. Now, once you retire and build it and the team is fully doing other things, that you can call as passive income at some point. But the article was interesting in that sometimes we work so hard day after day and we're like, oh yeah, I get passive income from my TikTok videos. No, that's not passive income because you got to wake up in the morning and do some silly dance to get income. So it's not passive income. And the article is getting us to see that true passive income could be one form of it, could be an investment. You take money you earn, you put it into a high yielding investment account, and then you get passive income from that. The money actually works for itself. Or you're in real estate and there's some things you can do to have it run itself, but that's after you put in the work. So I thought that was interesting how the New York Times broke down what passive income is and what it's not. One of the experts on this, John Boyd, said, we live in a passive income obsessed culture. He's a financial planning service in Scottsdale, Arizona. The preoccupation with making money effortlessly, he said, it's fueled by investors in their late 20s to early 40s who are understandably frustrated that they aren't in the same financial position their middle class parents were in their age and are looking for easy ways to catch up. So interesting of what passive income means today and what some people historically could have thought passive income meant before. So I'm not arguing the aspect of making extra money, but making extra money and driving Uber is not passive income. Building a course and coaching full time is not passive income. Passive income is the thing that Stephen Kuhn may talk about, where you sell a business or you license a business and you have to do nothing and checks roll in. That's passive income. So I thought that was interesting to level set that set the stage on that of what really is passive income and what really is not passive income. So I think it'll highlight something, because sometimes we often say this thing of we want to work smarter and not harder. But I find that oftentimes we're working just as hard and we think we're not working just as hard. So I think that's an important concept to understand. It says here, while many people claim to be making passive income, particularly on social media, only 20% of American households earn such incomes. Only 20%. Gwendolyn says here, I love it. I agree. Many don't understand what passive income really is. So true, Gwendolyn. And this doesn't mean that we shouldn't strive for it or do it, but just be careful when you said, oh, I have some people tell me, I read a book, and some of the leaders of the book or the writers of the book say we have to have 7 income streams or 21 income streams. I get what people are saying, but first focus on building the main income stream. Get that dialed in and get that right first before you try to do all these other fancy things with your money. So that's one, this aspect of passive income. What is it and what is it not? I want to sit here for a bit and talk a bit about the aspect of the benefits of blogging. I've been blogging since April 1999, I think it's been, when I bought one of my first domains, blogging at smallbiztechnology.com for years, using Blogspot and other tools, and blogger.com, I think it was, many tools like that. And now many of us use WordPress sites. But I want to sit with this for a few minutes and encourage you. Why are you not blogging? Those who are my live audience, I'm curious here, who's blogging and sees benefits from it? Let's see on the LinkedIn side who's blogging. If you're on IG, put something in the chat that you are blogging. If you're on the Clubhouse side, I'm looking at the chat, curious how many are blogging and find it effective. Now, for me, my blogging has been effective in 2 ways. One, I've started several blogs and sold them. SmartHustle.com, sold it. SmallBizTechnology.com, sold it. And I had an event business, wasn't a blog, Small Business Summit, and sold it. So I found blogging has been very beneficial to me. Nancy says yes in the chat. Yes, good. Blogging has been very beneficial to me. One, because I built niche publications and sold them. So that's been one of the benefits of blogging for me. But the second thing of blogging, and I want to break this down, Mark Schaefer talks about this. If you don't know Mark Schaefer, definitely look him up. And I'll send information about him. Those of you who want this information, you can just DM me. But Mark Schaefer gives 10 key reasons why everybody should consider blogging. I want to break that down. And these principles of what we talk about in the Celebrity CEO Framework, I beg you, I implore you, go to celebrityceo.com/blueprint, celebrityceo.com/blueprint, or you can just go to the main site and download the Celebrity CEO Blueprint. We talk about 9 key tools of how you can get attention, which build trust and generate sales. You can see that link in Clubhouse. Click on that and look at that blueprint. And feel free, those of you who are interested, I do live, longer workshops on this as well. I invite you to join me and understand fully how you can build your personal brand with the Celebrity CEO principles. And again, you can just check out all that at celebrityceo.com. So let's dive into this. Some benefits of blogging. I want to sit here a bit and convince you and help explain to you why blogging could be a benefit and why you want to do it. And hey, thanks for joining in, Manuela. Thanks for joining. Vintage Timothy joined, and others are joining here on the IG side. Thanks for being here. The Clubhouse audience as well, and those joining me live on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and other platforms. Glad you're here as well. Glad you're here. So let's dive into it. Blogging. Gwendolyn says, love it, Gwendolyn. I'm blogging and it keeps my clients informed. Yes. Just that alone is one of the big reasons that we should consider blogging. So here's a few reasons, which Mark Schaefer says, SCHAEFER. One, search engine benefits of blogging. The more you blog, as you blog, Google picks up that search engine traffic and starts to promote what you're doing. So blogging has powerful benefits just by blogging alone because Google picks that up. Imagine over a period of weeks or months as people search keywords that are related to what you do: mental health, fitness, emotional intelligence, contracting, construction, real estate, architecture. And those words are too broad, but they search in those words related to what you do specifically, and maybe your name. The search engines pick that up and it builds your credibility. So that's one reason you want to consider blogging in your business. And I can see here, Christy says, I've been blogging on my social media. I do not have an official blog. That's okay, Christy. That's a start. If you're blogging on social media, as it were, and sharing regular, thoughtful content, that's blogging in a way as well. And you should consider, though, Christy, a formal blog for that as well. And there's reasons for that as well. Join me on my live workshop if you want. We can dive into that more, Christy. But definitely glad you're starting somewhere. And social media blogging is good, but there's a difference because sometimes when you blog, it just goes away, especially if you're doing it on Twitter and other platforms. But if you're doing it on LinkedIn, that kind of thing can be indexed. But I find a WordPress blog and others sometimes can add a bit more edge. Let's move forward. Number 2, infinite search life. Did you know that the book Atomic Habits, I forgot the author, but Atomic Habits, do you know that book started from a blog? As my understanding was, he wrote it in a blog. Somebody was searching something. A reporter wrote about it. And then a publisher saw the news article and contacted, I think, James Clear, and he wrote a book about it. So interesting, all that happened from the benefits of blogging. Infinite search life, says Mark Schaefer in his blog that I hope you all sign up for, markschaefer.substack.com, which is a blogging platform. So blogging is powerful. Many, many reasons why we should blog. Number 3, fueling the personal brand. Blogging is a powerful way to extend your personal brand. We're not talking about the corporate brand, but it's the brand you. It's who you are, the brand you. Don't try to hide behind a corporate brand and people think you're a billion-dollar company, whatever, unless you are. But maybe you're a small business owner and that brand hangs on you. Many of my friends here, Tarika's here, right? Brian's here. Beth Silver's been doing marketing consultation for years. Her personal brand, Ani's here. We have those on the LinkedIn side. Walt's here. Franny's here. And of course, those on the Clubhouse side. So blogging is a direct way, a direct result of building and boosting your personal brand. And I highly consider all of you consider doing it just to build your personal brand. We talk about this all the time with the concepts of celebrity CEO. Number 4, the blog writes a book. Did you know that Seth Godin has a book coming out, by the way, if you look at his latest blog post of today? But Seth Godin's book, This Is Marketing, much of this or all of it is a compilation of Seth's blog. Everybody doesn't read Seth's blog. Many people miss many posts, as I do. But when you put it into a book, that's another way that people can read your material. So blogging is a great way. After you blog for a period of amount of time, you can put that content into a book. Many of you on the Clubhouse side know Glenn Lundy. He's been podcasting and going live every day for like over 1,000 episodes. He can turn that into a book. He probably is. So blogging is a great way to write that book that you've always wanted to do. Hope this content is useful for you. James Clear, that's right, Christy. Thank you, Christy, for being Johnny on the spot. Appreciate that. Thank you, Brian. Great content, Ramon. I appreciate the Brian. So glad you're here. Tariq, glad you're here as well. Always love your support. And not just support, but I'm glad selfishly you're learning on your own what I'm sharing as well. Number 5, fuel for content engines. If you're looking for content, a great blog is the way to do that. You can turn a blog into a video. You can turn a blog into a podcast. You can turn a blog into an email newsletter. You can turn a blog into a blog. You can turn a blog into social content. A blog is fire. Thank you, SLS Accounting. A blog is amazing, powerful, just to provide other social content to other things that you're doing. Blog is powerful. Number 6, Mark Schaefer talks about a blog can be a second landing page for you. You have your main website. I have RamonRay.com. And maybe you have a blog. That's another gateway into what you're doing. Mark Schaefer talks about and says that a blog also can be personal growth. It's a great way just to grow yourself personally. Mark Schaefer talks about. Because the mental energy you need to create the blog, even if you're using ChatGPT. But a blog is a great way just to get your mind exercising. You're welcome, Eric. You're welcome. Thank you, Dora Maria. And Glenda says, Ramon, your expertise is so inspiring. Oh, you're welcome, Glenda. Thank you. Thank you. So personal growth. The more you write, the more you type, the more you use your mental energy, the stronger it gets. How do you think I'm an expert in so many things of small business? Some things because I've done it. Yes, I've started 5 companies. I've sold 3 companies. I've authored 5 books. I've been doing social media for a long time, personal branding. So I can own some expertise in that. I've done my own PR. I've done my own publicity. So these marketing things, I talk about how you can be the celebrity CEO of your business. Definitely get the book. Definitely check out celebrityseo.com. Check out the workshops. Download the blueprint for free. But I can say it because Amelia says I have the receipts and I've done it. And so as you blog on the topic you're interested in, construction, food, website design, marketing, publicity, chiropractic, whatever it may be, you become more and more expert at it and grow personally. Number 8 rather, clarity and confidence. The more you write, the more you share, the more clear you get. And let me tell you one thing here. Don't hide. Don't hide. Put your material out there and let the market tap it. Let the market challenge it. Let the market critique it. You know what it does? It makes you stronger. It makes you better. Number 9, co-created success. Many of you are part of the BWC Daily team. We have 70 authors there where we get a lot of the content of our host on Breakfast with Champions. You don't have to blog alone. Much of the content I do is co-created. Much of the content I do is with other people. So co-created success is what Mark Schaefer talks about. Thank you, Soundwaves Voice. Good to see you here. So co-created success. And the last thing he says, which is kind of surprising for me, is physical health. Blogging is a great way to make you healthier. Make you healthier. Exactly, Gwendolyn. Let me see your book. Come on now, let's go. Creating a book from your blog. So your physical health is important through blogging. So I hope this was helpful. Anybody who wants these tips from me today, if you just DM me on Instagram, my Instagram is Ramon Ray Smart Hustle, just the keyword celebrity CEO, and I'll send you information on celebrity CEO. And I'll also, after this segment, I'll send you information on the benefits of blogging in these notes. Definitely, you can check out my workshops, one happening today, one happening March 7th, live workshops where I'll pour into this more. You can just go to celebrityseo.com/workshops and check that out. But definitely all of you should be downloading the blueprint. So those were some benefits of blogging. What I'm going to do here, and on the IG side, you're welcome to stay with me, but I'm going to chime here now on the Clubhouse side, and those who are on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter will hear it. I want to pause here a minute to see anybody have questions or thoughts on the power of blogging. I'm curious who is blogging and wants to talk about it, wants to shout out their blog, and or who has a question about blogging on the Clubhouse side and on the LinkedIn side and the Twitter side and Facebook side. You'll be able to hear them. On the IG side, you won't be able to hear them, though. And then after I do this, I'm going to take a small pause and do a very special segment. Who wants to unmic? Say your name on the Clubhouse side.
Hey, Ramon. It's Jeff, the entrepreneur.
Hey, Jeff
J. Cunningham.
Mike's yours.
Hey, really quick. Yeah, so I've done blogging way back when I first started. And then when we started to get organic lead flow and doing paid advertising, we stopped off the personal branding, but we did it for our clients. Now that I own the consulting firm Changing Lives, we're actually, we use Go High Level. It's called Progretta, but they have a WordPress plugin. I'm having June, my guy, do it. But by the way, I love the value. Always love hearing you and the energy and marketing, branding. Love it. We're just going to do, like, when we do it, to backlink it for SEO stuff, we're going to actually just make the blog of, things you look for before hiring a consulting firm, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. And then we backlink it to my personal branding site. Would that be a way to successfully do the blog?
Absolutely. It's one tip of success for sure. Absolutely. Backlinks are powerful. I mean, listen, I own zoneofgenius.com, RamonRay.com, BWCDaily.com, and other sites. So yes, we cross-linked them together. I just, let's see, the latest person I just hit up, Jeff, was, let's say, for example, Tamara. Tamara had an article on being a published author. I sent that to her. We have that on BWC Daily. So cross-linking is so powerful for sure. Yes. And Jeff, one more time, tell us the name of your blog and tell us how we can find that information. Tell us. What's the link?
Yeah, if you go to getclc.com, it'll be on there. And Ramon, we should do a cross blog as well too with all the value you give.
Email me, man, anytime. Ramon@ramonray.com. Would love to be honored. Who
Do
else?
it.
Thank you, Jeff, for being here, man. Who else? We'll take one more share from the clubhouse side. Any question for me or comment, and then I'll go back to my shares. Who else is up? Cool. Okay, so we'll move forward. What I wanted to do, another special segment as I dive into, I'm going to take a brief pause. One of my friends, Dora Maria, wrote a book, and the book is called You Are Beautiful. Now, I know this is a bit different because Ramon Ray talks about business and tips like this, but I'm going to do a book reading. I want to do a book reading because the book reminds us you are beautiful, that we need to talk to our children every day and remind them that they are beautiful. Yes, we need to tell adults this too. Yes, many adults are jacked up and hurting. Yes, but I also want to remind us to tell especially our children, because adults, we have so much garbage and oftentimes that can take a lot more to unpack and heal from. But children are starting fresh. Still, children are starting new. So on the LinkedIn side, if you're interested in hearing this brief book reading, can you put an R in the chat on the LinkedIn side? On the Clubhouse side, if I have your permission to do a quick reading, can you put an R in the chat? If on the Instagram side, you don't mind me doing a quick reading and a deviation a bit to remind us what life is about, could you put R in the chat? Good, good, good. I don't see anybody opposed to it, so the votes are in. Dr. Tangi went. Here we're going to do it. And here's why I'm doing this. Remember why we're in business. We're in business to earn an income and hopefully more, a fat, high profit. Why do we want to earn that income? For the basic needs of life, so we can eat and buy toilet paper and have a place to cover our heads with. Yes. Number two, hopefully so we can do more than that. So those who've been blessed to be in a country that has those extended blessings, so we can enjoy the fruits of our labor and maybe live a slightly better life, not just surviving, but thriving. Number three, so we can give to our family, our offspring, our children, our nieces and nephews, our aunts, and take care of our families. And number four, so we can give to others. Let's remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we're doing what we're doing. This is why we're working. So I wanted to pause here a bit and just read a bit from my friend Dora Maria's book, You Are Beautiful. If you'll give me some indulgence and join it here. The book is dedicated. I would like to dedicate this book to my mother, who only saw the beauty in all people, and to my family and those who uplift me and others at all times. And lastly, to all the beautiful people in this world, that they all know they're uniquely beautiful, kind, smart, courageous, strong, brave, resilient enough, and so loved. And the reason I'm doing this is because Dora Maria is a very special human, and we all give so much in this beautiful community I've benefited from, called Breakfast with Champions. But Dora has given just a bit more, so selflessly, and I always want to do what I can to say thank you back to her. And what she says here as well, consider sending it to a daycare orphanage as you're buying an orphanage or a foster home or after school program, as well as you're looking at this book from Dora. So give me a few minutes here and let me please read a bit from Dora Maria's You Are Beautiful. If you haven't gotten the book yet, please go to Amazon.com and check it out. You Are Beautiful. Then I'm going to dive back into my tips on business success. But let's have some fun right now and dive into Dora Maria's book, You Are Beautiful. You are beautiful. And each section repeats it so the child themselves you're reading to, they can repeat it. So I won't repeat that part. But it says, you are beautiful. You are strong. You are kind. And beautiful pictures in the book as well. You are healthy. Affirmations for your child or your aunt or niece or nephew or an adopted child who you just want to be friends with and help them on their journey. You are safe. Again, reading from Dora Maria's book, You Are Beautiful. You can get it on Amazon. Just search for her name or the book, You Are Beautiful, and check it out. You are brave. You are loved. You are resilient. You are capable. Capable. Oh, thank you, Adrian. You only compete with yourself. You have a voice. Reading from Dora Maria's book, You Are Beautiful. You can get through anything. You can get through anything. You can solve any problem. You are healthy and strong. You are enough. You are thankful. You are thankful for those around you. And I'm not going to read you the last page. That's a special page that I want you to go out and get the book, You Are Beautiful. And I want you to read it to yourself, read it to the child you have, read it to your relatives, and buy copies and share You Are Beautiful with other people as well. I bought several copies. My copies are where? Somewhere. Oh, my copies are back there somewhere. Can't find them. Oh, I can't find them right now, but I bought several copies as well, and I want you to do it as well. I hope that was useful for you. Let me pause before I dive back into the Ramon Ray Speedy Gonzalez sharing on business on the Clubhouse side. Talk to me. Was that useful? Was that inspiring? Was that helpful?
Yes. Ramon, this is Dr. Tangi. I have the book too as well, and the pictures are powerful. And sometimes it's those significant, powerful words that will pierce through the hearts of these kids. It's done in a very intentional way. You can tell that she was intentional with the words, and the pictures are fabulous. Dora Maria, thank you for bringing such an exceptional book to the world. Back to you, Ramon.
Dr. Tangi, I love it. Next, unmic, say your name real quick, and let's have a few more shares before I dive back into my business tips. Let's go. Who else, if anybody?
This is Dora Maria.
Dora Maria, the author herself. Que paso, señorita? Hola. Let's go.
Let me tell you how I think I needed to hear those words today because of work. But it's for kids of all ages. And somebody reached out to me and said that our seniors also need to hear those affirmations. And it would be amazing to have kids go to a senior center and even read the book to some seniors, right? That don't miss out on that grandparent relationship because they don't have family or they didn't have kids. And so this is another way of giving back to our community. And I didn't even think of that, right? So like I say, it's kids of all ages. And sometimes we have to repeat these things even in the journeys we're on, right? And to help empower us to keep going forward. Sometimes days are rough. You have a hard day. You're like, damn, seriously? I was doing so well last month. What's going on? But today's day one, right? We get to do it all over again and start this and get this month right? So anyway, thank you very much. I definitely appreciate the amplification. So thank you.
Mi amor, Dora Maria, you're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. And thank you for writing the book again, everyone. This is Dora Maria's book. Just share this. If you can just screenshot this, even if you like. You Are Beautiful by Dora Maria Abreu, Abreu, I think. And yes, Abreu, You Are Beautiful. You can just search it on Amazon or your bookstore, buy several copies, give them to others, give them to kids. Even if they're not your own kids, others need to hear this. And as Dora said, even older people who need to be affirmed that they're beautiful, this is the book you want to get today and share. So welcome again, everybody. I'm Ramon Ray. This is Breakfast with Champions. We have live programming about 8 hours a day, 70 amazing hosts. We start our programming at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Clubhouse side, and some of us live stream to other platforms, like I'm live streaming to Instagram, live streaming to Twitter, live streaming to several platforms on Facebook, live streaming to YouTube and LinkedIn. Glad you're here with me today. Today, we've talked about a few things. We've talked about passive income, the lies of it. We've talked about the benefits of blogging by my friend Mark Schaefer, and we're going to talk about another topic right now, but I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well being here. And again, glad you're all here today. Patricia, thank you. You're so welcome. Christy, thank you so much. That's right. Tell myself and your boys. That's right. Donald Kendrick, thank you. Donald Kendrick says, thank you to Dora Maria. You're right. And Hope is saying congratulations to Dora Maria on the Clubhouse side. Thank you all so much for being here today, especially in the live audience, those watching this afterwards. I'm not sure if you're even watching this far, but if you are, thanks for being here. And I want to remind you, going back into the business side, I'm Ramon Ray, and I do quite a bit of things. I'm an entrepreneur, started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books, interviewed President Obama, interviewed all 5 sharks of Shark Tank, and more, testified to Congress. And I would love to help you start and build your personal brand. So you can connect with me at celebrityceo.com, celebrityceo.com, and download my blueprint, free blueprint. Download that. Some of you are like, Ramon, I want to work a bit more with you. Definitely, I encourage you to check out the workshops that we have, celebrityceo.com/workshops. We have a live workshop happening today, live workshop happening next week, and we have them throughout. So definitely sign up for those and more ways I can serve you. So let's continue on with the shares today. Again, glad you're here on IG, glad you're here on Twitter and more. You're right, Gwendolyn. We all need affirmations, real talk. You're right. Today, Gwendolyn, I wasn't feeling so great as I shared earlier. I wanted to be at a different place with some things I'm working on. I wasn't, and I felt a bit dejected, not depressed, but just not feeling so great. But I said, I have a show to do. Gots to do it. And I'm here today. So let's dive in. Again, took a little commercial break, not even a commercial break, an uplifting moment to share the affirmations from my friend, Dora Maria Abreu, in her book, You Are Beautiful. I hope you all get it. Another thing I want to touch on is the aspect of the power of investing in yourself to force you to pay attention. 2 months ago, I invested $20,000. I think it's $20,000, $2,500 a month in a mastermind coaching program. For some of you, that's not a lot. For me, it's a lot. This is in Lamar Tyler's program. I invested in that. Just give me 1 second to do something here. All right. I want to remove someone who was kind of just throwing some stuff in there. So vested in Lamar Tyler's program, Traffic, Sales, and Profit. Because I know I wanted to be somewhere different in my business. Yes, I've been very successful by God's grace as a speaker, speaking all over the world. And by the way, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, if you want me to host or MC or speak at your event, email me, Ramon, R-A-M-O-N, at RamonRay.com. I would love to come and host your event, speak at your event. Let me know how I can add value. So that part of my business is going so well. Could always do better, but it's going well. Second, I build niche publications and grow them and serve people in that. Smallbiztechnology.com, grew that and sold it. Zoneofgenius.com, grew that and sold it. Even, I must say, the BWC Daily Community, this is a community effort that we're building here with 70 hosts to uplift them, uplift their brands. It'll be announcing soon. Some of you can come on as host sponsors. So that's taken a bit of time, but we want to up-level some of our hosts as well in more ways. So that's my expertise. But I've never done coaching and consulting so much. But I'm doing that now because my tribe has been asking for it. So I invested in Lamar Tyler's program so I can learn more about this aspect, this world of coaching and consulting. Hence, the Celebrity CEO brand you're seeing. Full transparency. People are asking, Ramon, you built your personal brand. Ramon, you've been in the Wall Street Journal. Ramon, you've been on TV. Can you help us do it? And I always say no. And I'm tired of saying no. I want to make people be beautiful. You like that, Dora? So that's why I'm starting this as well. And there's a lot I had to learn. And I've learned a lot. Hey, Jeannie, learned a lot. But you know what happened when I invested $2,500 a month, $20,000 a year? When I invested in it, I'm paying more attention. I'm deep diving into every course I can, deep diving into every coaching call I can, deep diving into every office hour I can. I am sucking it all in and learning because I'm paying for it. And I must say, even those who are in our community, in the BWC Prime community, and definitely that's another resource you can check out, BWC Prime. We meet on a regular basis on Mondays. We have content in there, and we're growing together. When you pay for something, you pay more attention to it. So those of you who are wishing you could be more fit, those who are wishing you could speak better, those who are wishing your website would stop sucking, those who are wishing that you could be more effective, those who are wishing you could have a better mindset, those who are wishing, stop wishing. Invest in yourself. And Papi, let's go. Let's get it done. This is what it takes. And I found when I started investing in myself, I've started to pay more attention, and it's forcing me to grow and get to the next level. It's forcing me to do so, to get to the next level in business. It's forcing me. And I encourage you all as well to consider it. How you're going to get to the next level in your business. Are you just meandering along? Are you just sliding along? Are you just laying back along? Or are you going forward at full tilt that you deserve to do? And if you're not, I would dare say, I wonder, what are you investing in? Now, let me be clear. Many of you say, Ramon, I listen to podcasts, I listen to YouTube. Those are all good. But once you pay $500 for something, once you pay $10,000 for something, once you pay $5 for something, you think about it more. You think about it more. It's a powerful way. So oftentimes paying for something, investing in something, it's not giving money to many of our hosts who have their own programs. Dr. Tangi, Health and Fitness, Michelle, Branding and Marketing, Tina, her amazing coaching program to help you be more fit, Araya podcast. I can go down the list of my amazing peers here who have a variety of programs to help you do a variety of things. Many of us have overlap, which is great. Once you invest in them, once you pay Araya $500, once you pay Tina $1,000, once you pay Dr. Tangi $792, once you pay for it, you pay attention. So I encourage you. The reason why you may not be having the results that you want is maybe because you've not invested it. Yeah, I'm glad you're in the podcast. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're downloading the PDF. I'm glad you're listening to the YouTube videos. I'm glad. But maybe you don't have enough pain, self-inflicted pain, to take things to the next level. Investing is important. And I love, Gwendolyn, keep these comments coming. The monetary investments tend to force a different level of self-accountability. Yes. And I didn't realize that. I went to the Growth Conference, paid $5,000, but for me, that's a lot of money. That's no small change for me. Others, maybe they blow that in a day. But $5,000 for a ticket, I got to think about that. And many of you were there as well. I know you had to think about it. Tina and I went back and forth, right? Like, okay, are we going to do this, right? So, I'm a regular person like y'all. But guess what? When I was there, I sucked in every opportunity I can. I was there early. I was in my seat. I was networking. I got to know my BWC people more. So when you invest in something, you pay attention to it. What's up, Gary? Investing in it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Jeannie. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself and stop wishing. Stop hoping. Stop thinking. Make the investment. Because once you invest, you will pay more attention to it. I don't know. I'm not a mindset person. I'm not some psychologist. When I take a break here, maybe one of my BWC hosts can talk about why that is. The brain works that way, but it happens. Joanne, what's up? Testify. That's right. That's right. One more point I'm going to mention here, then I'll do a recap and see if y'all want to join in with me. Or two more things. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. I have a show that I do with Black Enterprise called The Rundown with Ramon. I've been doing it for 28 episodes now, once a week. I've been doing it. And the show's doing well, but we wanted to even do better. And today, the last few days, I saw something, and one thing I saw already, but then I saw something else. And I saw, my article's on Yahoo Finance. Then I saw Black Enterprise had blasted my article to thousands of their members. Oftentimes when you start out, I'm going to finish that in 1 second. I'm kind of getting parched. Something about having a good coffee. A good coffee that is just so good. Woo! Break is over. So I don't even know what I was saying, but I'm gonna move on to the other point. Oftentimes when you keep pushing forward, sometimes you have to wait to see the success. Now, I'm not saying throw bad money after bad money. I'm not saying that. What's up, Vintage? Good to see you. I'm not saying that. No. But I am saying that sometimes in order to see the results of something, you must keep pressing on. That's one. Number two, you must try new things. That's number two. And number three, you must measure what's working and not working. Sometimes we give up too soon before we see the fruits of it. I've always wanted to have my own TV show and things like this. Me in partnership with Black Enterprise, having the rundown with Ramon. No, my show's not on TV yet, but it will be. It will be, is my faith. Or on a much bigger platform, it will be. And you know why? Because I keep doing the work. And when you do things like this, thank you so much. That's right, Christy. Cafecito. When you do things like this, I love looking at the chat and all that. It helps inspire me to move on. Keep the chats coming. When you do things like this, what happens? I want you to think of a few things. Don't just do one thing, but what I want you to do is consider, how can I leverage it? How can I multiply it? How can I get more out of it? Yes, I'm live here in our main platform as of today. By the way, all of you hearing the sound of my voice, get on Twitter. Get on Twitter. Breakfast with Champions will also be leveraging, I'll put it that way for now, Twitter real soon. Get on Twitter. Get your Twitter handles. If you don't know mine, it's Ramon Ray. Twitter.com/Ramon Ray. Really simple. Start to use Twitter. Point I'm making, though, here I'm doing my show on Clubhouse. I could have stopped and just done audio only. But more and more of us, Justin Kaneko, and I think Lolita Walker does it, and Tina's now doing it, many others. We're now multiplying our time and doing live stream across our platforms. What's up, Christina Howard? Doing a live stream across our platforms. We're turning our content into blog posts. We're turning our content into more. We're turning our content into Facebook Lives. So it's beyond just the audio. But content's powerful. And so seek anything you're doing. How can you maximize it? How can you leverage it beyond just the moment that you're in? One more point I'm going to share, and then I'm going to drive and dive into the Clubhouse room, and I'm going to stop the live video. But thank you for being with me on the IG side. Thank you for being with me on the LinkedIn side, Twitter side, YouTube side, Facebook side. And if you haven't yet downloaded the Celebrity CEO Blueprint, I beg you to do so. CelebrityCEO.com/blueprint. It'll talk many of the principles, how to start and build your personal brand, how to stop trying to get sales, but instead how to build a strategy of attraction, a strategy of trust, and then toward making sales. But here's the one thing I wanted to touch on and share with you. Is your lack of excellence stopping you from being the success you should be? Hey, Demi, is it stopping you? I don't know how to say this gently, so I'm just going to come out with it. We are all different. We all have different strengths. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But let me explain to you from what I do know strongly, the speaking environment. Now, yesterday I was giving a speech in Orlando, 45-minute talk about the Celebrity CEO principles. Many people joined and signed to things that I'm doing. And there was a speaker coach who was there as well. As soon as I saw he's a speaker coach, I said, what can I do better? And he started out by saying, Ramon, I really can't think of anything. And you did every point I say, Ramon, you did perfectly. And then he sent me an email with 9 ways I can do even better than I'm doing. And I so appreciated it. Small little technical improvements just to make it better. But here's the point I want to tell some of you. In the speaking example, many people come to me and say, Ramon, I want to be a keynote speaker. But I've seen their speeches. I've seen what they can do. In my humble opinion, they're not a $20,000 keynote person speaking. They're not. Now, I'm not saying they can't get there, but sometimes we strive for something and we want something and we need more practice at what we're doing, or it's not our natural gift. Maybe we should do something different. Be a workshop speaker, be a coach. Not saying we shouldn't practice things, but I know myself, for example, I can strive all along to be, quote unquote, a space engineer, rocket engineer, NASA engineer, things like that, like Dora Marie and others are smart people like that. I can strive all along. I could probably get a little better in math. But guess what, people? It's not my gift. It's just not my gift. And maybe on the clubhouse side, somebody will correct me and I can say it different, maybe. But from what I've observed, it's not my gift. The math side of my brain is just, it's not me. Don't like it. Don't like the numbers, the detail. Not my gift. And so I could say all day long, I want to be an engineer. I want to be an engineer. But I'm going to slog my way through it, the pain and suffering, because I just don't have that, what it takes, as it were. I can work hard, but I don't have that. And I hope that makes sense what I'm trying to say. But as a speaker, for example, speaking is what I can do. It's a God-given ability that I have by God's grace. And I only say that because I've been doing it for 20 years. So I'm not going to be some fake humility. We all should know the gifts we have. So my point being, are you trying to do something that really you're not good at, or even you're not the best at? Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it or do it to make some money from it. But maybe you should also focus on what you can be the super, super best at, if that makes sense. Listen, I'm Ramon Ray. I'm going to shut down on the LinkedIn and the live streaming video side. Thank you, my IG people, for being with me. Let me shut this down real quick here. Hope this has been useful for you on the IG side. I'm going to end the live broadcast here. And again, check me out at celebritysceo.com and join us on bwcdaily.com and